These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
The Renaissance Festival is back. Weekends now through March 30th. Hubba, hubba, huzzah! Huzzah! Great shopping, a giant crafts market. You'll love the Renaissance Festival with your favorite shows. Be ready to have a great time. And don't be afraid to participate. Huzzah! Jousting nights. Huzzah! Silly fun for the entire family. Huzzah! Happiness reigns at the Renaissance Festival. Huzzah! Lots of new shows, non-stop feasting. Leave your cares behind. It's fun and affordable. You'll adore the Renaissance Festival. Weekends now through March 30th. Discount tickets available at Bashas' and Food City or online at arizona.renfestinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Bashas', Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness.
Budweiser, the king of beers, is the beer of kings at the Renaissance Festival. Budweiser invites you to celebrate and enjoy the Renaissance Festival. Huzzah!
Huge news. Right now at Wendy's, you can get a Son of Baconator for just $3. I don't think you understand this situation. The Son of Baconator is only $3 for a limited time. You know, smoked bacon, rich melted cheese. That Son of Baconator is only $3. Thank you to whoever wished upon that star. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii, not valid on a combo or on third-party delivery platform.
Retirement can be scary, but only if you're not prepared. That's why AARP created thisispretirement.org. Because unless you've already retired, you're in pretirement, and you still have time to plan. Learn about retirement savings options, potential tax breaks, and how you can build savings over time. Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan and feel the retirement fear disappear. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
Quiet, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, Radio Pound, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Phil to fill in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. They say it's Let's All Eat Right Day. Let's all eat right day. I've decided to observe Mind Your Own Goddamn Business Day. That's my day.
For lunch, I had Dots, pretzels, and water.
There you go. That sounds healthy.
Yeah, that was lunch right there.
Yeah, let's all eat right day. Hey, mind your own business. You know, hey, you're coming at me with this on Taco Tuesday. Don't come at me. That is eating right, if you ask me.
It is Taco Tuesday. Yes.
What is more right than a taco? Okay, you got all the food groups right there in the taco. Okay, well you got dairy,
you got
dairy because the cheese, you got the vegetables with the tomatoes and the lettuce, and then you got the beef or
you
chicken,
got the wheat in the shell,
or
wheat,
corn,
grains.
Depends on how you like your shell.
Yeah.
Probably other
represented.
things.
Yeah.
I think it's the full triangle or pyramid or whatever the hell they call it.
You can make it seafood and have either shrimp or actual fish in there. I mean, again, it is very versatile.
Easy with the fish and the cockroach of the ocean. Okay,
give me some shrimp in a taco.
You mean lobster?
If I get shrimp in a taco, I want it to be a soft taco.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more
fair.
appropriate.
That is fair. Yes.
Cockroach of the sea. Shut your whorish mouth.
Yeah, that's
what
wrong with
the
you.
shrimps are. They're the cockroaches of
Guess
the sea.
what?
They
Don't
eat
care.
all the wasted stuff.
Don't care. I don't care what the shrimp eat. I don't care what the hot dog is. I don't care what you did to a brat. Just, you know what? It's tasty. It's all that matters.
Look, if eating a taco is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Yeah, and if eating a shrimp taco is wrong, I'll continue to be this wrong.
Hey, go right ahead.
Let me tell you how wrong I am on a daily basis. I'm married. I get told how wrong I am on a near damn constant basis. That ain't going to stop me from eating a shrimp taco. That's all I got to say.
There's nothing wrong with eating a shrimp. I won't tell anyone what to put in their mouth.
Oh, I definitely won't do that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Look, if my wife wants to eat shrimp tacos, it's okay with me.
I don't think it matters if it's okay with you. She's going to do what she wants to do. I've met the lady.
Oh, yeah.
Are you so against it, Randy, that if somebody had laid out an assortment, an array, a buffet, if you will, of shrimp tacos, you'd say, not for me?
Nada.
Wow.
I don't think it's called buffet. I'm pretty sure it's called buffet.
It's buffet if it's classy, which a shrimp taco would be.
So
I
if
see the
it's
difference.
just a regular, it's buffet. If it's classy, buffet.
Yeah, again, you add a
If
little
you're
French flair to it.
From
Yes.
the south half of the country, it's buffet.
Yeah.
Phil's side of the country, it's
he just made that crap up. I don't believe him.
Yeah.
So, we'll play along.
Adds an elegance. Can I interest you in a buffet of rolls?
Buffet.
It depends on what's in the buffet or buffet. I'll probably ignore that you called it that just so I get something good.
That's
if
true.
you're offering me like a buffet of what is that crap they put on the hot dogs and sausages?
Sauerkraut?
Sometimes. Yeah, if you offer me a buffet of sauerkraut, I'll punch you in the face.
Why?
Some
I
people
don't
love
like
it.
sauerkraut.
Some people like.
Some people like sauerkraut.
I
see?
don't, and I don't want a buffet of it because that's an awful lot of ick.
Some people prefer like a half of sauerkraut. Some people prefer a half of hot dog. Like they want it in equal measure.
Any amount of sauerkraut for me is bleh. But hey, listen, power to you if you like it. I just feel like it's colorless, soulless, just gross.
It adds a little twang to your brat.
I don't want no wang on my brats.
No, don't twang.
No.
Twang.
Twang.
The T is doing a lot of work there, Jeffrey. Yeah.
Sorry, a little bit.
Twang.
I think I was having a hard time getting the signal here.
Yeah, the sauerkraut is to the hot dog as wasabi is to sushi.
Well, guess what? I also don't eat
sushi.
Well, wasabi. I eat sushi.
Oh, okay.
Chief Skull says buffet is Phil in a turtleneck.
That is. You can get all the meats on that one. Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what. When I saw him out there at that remote, Phil was looking pretty damn classy. Pretty damn classy. I will say that.
It is a radio broadcast first, but we do like to add a feast for the eyes, guys.
Well, you did. I couldn't take my eyes off of you. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
You're like, it just reminded you of the old days when we had roll-on deodorant.
Hey, easy. I still have roll-on deodorant.
Chief Skull says, afternoon, guys, just learned you can get an extra meat, if that's what they call it, at Taco Bell in your taco. Sure, you probably pay a little extra. They'll give you extra meat. I don't see why not. Silver Pop says the singer known as Jimmy Buffet. Well, he did.
Yeah, he used to have the
Jimmy Buffet.
One too many cheeseburgers in that paradise.
Yeah. He used to be the aficionado of it, but now we've lost a great voice.
He's
for buffets
dead.
worldwide.
Wilbur says, Randy, shut your mouth about shrimp. Don't you have the NFL Combine to watch or something?
Wow.
Wilbur,
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty saucy.
He took offense
coming
to
in
that.
with some. He must be still mad about all of his cronies, all his people there in Tucson making fun of the Mormons.
Mr. Wilbur, aren't you watching the?
Sorry.
ASU Buddy says we should all wear a shirt saying National Buffet Killers and just walk in and wipe out all that food. Oh, I would do that. I used to be a well-accomplished all-you-can-eat eater. I would go in there and we'd stretch, prepare for that and just go out there and just devastate an all-you-can-eat buffet.
You could really stretch it out and you could fit a whole lot more in.
To me, that's how you observe Let's All Eat Right Day.
But you do need to hydrate, but hydrate like that is your pregame is hydrating because you can't hydrate during the event.
Have an empty stomach, no drinks in you. Once you get there.
No.
He means earlier in the day, Randy.
You need that hydration, but you can't use that for precious stomach space.
All right, you urinate early on before you head over.
Yes.
For obvious reasons.
Really, really good, massive bowel movement. Yeah, just
Well,
really clean
lucky
the
if you
system.
can.
Clean the system out before you walk in there.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. About bonus if you can do that.
Oh,
if the timing is right, that is just the way to go.
That is the kiss from Mother Nature. Yes.
So for us, Let's All Eat Right Day is Taco Tuesday, and let's hit the all-you-can-eat buffet and put them bastards out of business day. That's what it is.
See, that to me, taco is the perfect food, and it's really inexpensive to make, Jeffco. We need to make a all-you-can-eat taco buffet.
No, we don't. We'd go poor pretty quick.
What do you mean? We would rake it in, Jack.
All right,
people would be coming from all over. I mean, they would come from all over.
$25 per customer.
Jeffrey and Randy's
no to go
buffet. What?
No to go. All you can eat for $25.
No, I was going to say 50.
Okay, whatever works, man. I think it's a horrible idea to begin with.
50 better be really, really good.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, you're getting people from all over. It's going to be a Jackson easy.
And so, what are we going to call it? 2 white guys tacos? Nobody's going to come.
No,
we need somebody who knows what they're doing in here.
Well, what about the white meat?
You got on the plate. You got shrimp. Okay, you got shrimp. You got fish. You got we could have brisket. Okay, we could have pulled pork.
Oh, that's expensive.
We could. What are you talking about?
That'll be expensive.
What are you talking about? We'll put all that stuff. Look, a brisket actually is less expensive than some of these tri-tips that are out there and ribs and stuff.
We're gonna get torn through pretty quick.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
We'll be out of business in no time.
Greatest taco place in the entire universe.
Chief Skull says $50. I'm going to Brazilian Steakhouse. Oh, I love those. They come around and they just keep bringing you meat after meat and different kinds and varieties, and until you put your thing upside down, they just keep stuffing you full of heart disease. It's amazing.
How do you do that? Like a handstand or
no? They have like a little wooden talisman at the table that you can flip over. It's green when you still want some more meat. It's red when you need a break.
Oh my God! See, I heard you say put your thing upside down.
We were thinking something else here, Randy.
Yeah, I guess I should have been more. Okay. Just the tip says, I love Randy prioritizing a huge BM. Is there a different style outside of surgery? I mean, if you're dehydrated, it comes out looking like something a rabbit would do. I mean, if we're going to be honest, if we're going to talk about this, if we're really going to get into this.
Hey, at my age, it's easy to do a huge one. Easy.
Mr. Wilbur, I'm not reading your anti-Mormon joke. I'm not going to read that.
It's on par.
Mostly because it's just dumb. It's not even that bad. It's just dumb. He says a Mormon walks into a bar. He should have ducked. It's really stupid because Wilbur, Mormons don't go to bars. They're not allowed to. Walter Mellon says we should do a remote at a buffet and see if we can close it down.
Oh, good Lord. Can you imagine the fourth dimension at an all-you-can-eat place?
If we all showed up? Oh, yeah. It's bad enough if you and I show up.
Yeah.
How bad is it if everybody else came too?
At some Chinese food all-you-can-eat buffet?
And if I show up, they'll be out of salad in no time.
There'll be
can I just
pieces of rice everywhere.
I want to put up here that I am formally protesting the use and continued use of buffet. I don't like that.
What are you talking about?
I love buffet.
I think when Triple H comes back, he's going to love the buffet.
It bring some class, you know.
Also, I like to lodge the other one is I'm not sure we want to call him Triple H. I don't think I want to give that. He shouldn't get that cool a nickname this early.
What are you talking about?
Let's just wait and see what happens.
The kid is cool. I like it.
You don't know that? We just haven't done a couple shows with him.
Rolls off the tongue.
Oh,
rolls.
We could have another horse killer in our hands for all we know, and then we just
I
gave up a good nickname to somebody we don't like.
He's not a horse killer because he raised the horses.
Yeah, that's right. He won money. Listen, I am cautiously optimistic about our young new guy Harris.
Yeah,
I am.
yeah.
But let's just not put the cart before the horse killer. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying maybe.
I don't think he's going to be a horse killer.
Take it easy. So
just don't think he's going to be a horse killer.
T. Leisure says, so when are you guys doing a show from a spring training game?
Well, Harris is doing one right now.
Yeah, we're not.
We got to get those guys in the bullpen out there. Get them out there to some of these ball clubs, and we've got to have the Daily Blender live from Surprise Stadium, or doing the entire spring training tour. I mean, every day it's a different park.
We were out there 7 years ago, and for some reason, we've never been asked back. Chief Skull says, not true. Mormons can, in fact, go to a bar. They just can't partake in the alcohol.
Yeah.
But why would you go then? Big George says, can you imagine Mr. Wilbur at a bar? Do you think they would just pour him rubbing alcohol and tell him it's vodka? Kind of the same thing anyway.
Oh, jeez.
I just could see Wilbur just sitting there talking for about 45 minutes with a poker machine and not realizing it. Mr. Pink Eye says, Randy's having a buffet at his place. What time should we all be there?
Nobody's coming over to my place. No, Miss Kim won't have it.
Not even
Miss
if you
Kim,
bring $50.
Miss Kim would probably have it. I'm the one who's saying no. Miss Kim would say, yeah, everybody, come on. She's Italian, you know.
Right.
So
that's the same as being Jewish, except for red sauce. Yeah. If you have a Jewish mom or an Italian mom, you are going to eat. And then when you're done eating, you're going to eat some more. And then when you leave, you're going to leave with a plate. You're going to go with food. That is a Jewish mom. That is an Italian mom.
See that right there?
Yeah.
You earned that, huh?
Made by Miss Kim.
Yeah. My spare tire is made by my wife and her Spanish cooking and just all the other kind of cooking she does. Man, she made some pork chops the other day. Oh dear God, so good. T. Delicious says day drinking and baseball is perfect. Just need you guys to top it off. We're here.
Yeah. Hi.
For another hour and a half because coming up at 4:45, we got Baylor at Cincinnati here on 1580 The Fanatic for some NCAA basketball action. We're just getting warmed up for, March Madness and all that time we get off.
I mean, all that tournament basketball.
That's what I said, isn't it?
Yes.
So here's the schedule, at least for this upcoming week or so. We got, like I said, at 4:45, we got the game, Baylor at Cincinnati. Then on Thursday night, 6:45 p.m., GCU has got UT Arlington coming to town to face them in the Havoc. Then on Saturday at 1:45 p.m., Alabama and Tennessee will, lock something. I don't know what.
Probably not horns.
Well, no, elephants have horns, or I guess they have tusks.
Tusks.
Wait, who's the elephants?
Yeah, but the
Alabama, Roll Tide.
But see, the Tennessee is volunteers.
Are you sure that's an elephant?
Yes, it's an elephant. Yeah. Their
elephant.
mascot's an elephant.
Really?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I always hear them say "Roll Damn Tide." I don't.
Yeah.
Nobody ever talked about their mascot.
Well, did you think Tide was watered, Jeffrey?
I thought maybe it was something they were doing
Roll
the
Damn
laundry
Tide.
in.
The Tide is a herd of elephants.
Roll Damn Tide.
Like when they are
Why would they
stampeding.
roll?
Because it's the dust. It's the dust bowl that
It's like the thundering herd.
Yes.
There's so little from Alabama that I will ever understand. Well, whatever the case, Alabama, Tennessee, 1:45 p.m. Then at 7:45 p.m., we got GCU. They are traveling to Seattle U for a game at 7:45 p.m. And then Sunday, you heathens go to church. There ain't nothing going on. Shame on you for wondering what was on Sunday instead of getting your heinies to church. The Lord misses you.
Go to a buffet of the Lord.
It's true. It is a buffet. A little wafer thin chunko Lord right there on your tongue. That probably is why I shouldn't go to church because I call it time to get a chunk of the Lord. They're like, that's not what we call it. The communion. It's not chunk o Lord. It's not
Chunko Lord.
Yeah. And that's not Kool-Aid.
No.
I mean, some places it is. I'm looking for at least a 3-drink minimum, but you only get one there.
No, and it's really tiny.
Yeah, they're really strict on it.
Talk about a horrible pour. Just the Tip says, ate dinner multiple times now at Tukey with that little Phoenix Suns player at Brazilian Meats. What little Phoenix Suns player? He says, great party animal. I forget his name, but he could eat twice his weight. Usually paid my tab. Born a Knicks fan, but fed to be a Suns fan by homie. Well, who are you talking about, and when was this?
If he's talking about recently, it might be Tyus Jones. It might be Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas had a sprint here. I don't know.
I think it might go farther back. Devil Hawk says, would you be interested in a wife swap? No.
Whoa.
What? I'd love to have some pork chops for a night. That's funny how some of these guys, it's like they want a wife swap, but not for anything other than the cooking. Yeah, our wives are very good cooks. Is your girlfriend pretty good in the kitchen there?
For me, no. She is very much. We are reversed in our household. I'm usually the one who cooks. If it gets cooked, usually she's a hungry man. Lean cuisine.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, she goes around and she finds the best deals on all that stuff.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
I mean, listen, I could cook. I really can, but everything I make is tasty and unhealthy. Everything my wife makes is tasty and healthy. So I do the dishes. I don't get to touch much, except for a grill. Pink Eye says in Los Angeles, people open Mexican restaurants in their backyards. Randy could open a barbecue place in his house. I'd like to try Randy's brisket.
Yeah, there's certain places in, I think Ohio, where they set up spaghetti shops inside of houses, and it's a restaurant for every Sunday or something, and then they all go and pay $15 for a plate of spaghetti, and bada bing, bada boom, huh?
Just the Tip says it was a Brazilian player back in the 90s when Chuck was here.
Leandro Barbosa.
Barbosa. That sounds right. Barbosa. Fifth Letter says, back in the day when I used to take communion, I would stick my 2 hands open palm along with my mouth open and tongue out and would proceed to tell the priest, your choice, holy man.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. At least, we should go to break. When we come back, I just want to apologize in advance. We will be talking about the Phoenix Suns. I'm really sorry. It's just a thing. We're going to get through it as quick as we can. And then we'll talk about other things instead. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Ever have one of those days where your gut just feels blah?
Ugh, yes.
Occasional bloating or gas could be signs that your gut is out of balance. But Align Probiotic can help. Align 24/7 Digestive Support is a daily use probiotic with a unique strain to help relieve occasional digestive issues. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand. So when you feel the signs, it's time to try Align. Align Probiotic. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
It's NCAA men's basketball action on the Fanatic.
Crossover, step back! The last time Baylor played Cincinnati, it wasn't even close. This time, Cincinnati is looking for payback. Baylor at Cincinnati, Tuesday night at 4:45, live.
Catch all the action of NCAA men's basketball on your home for March Madness. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Today's Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and George says there's breaking news, and perhaps it is. Diana Taurasi has retired from the WNBA.
Oh, wow. Good for her.
Yeah, three-time WNBA champion, 6-time gold medalist, 11-time All-Star. She is the WNBA all-time leading scorer. So many people would say the GOAT, but I don't think it's wise to call a woman a GOAT. I just feel like that nothing good follows that.
Yes. Well, it means greatest of all time.
Yes. Well, okay, but you better say that. Don't say the GOAT, because there's a point of time you have to clarify damage could be done. So I'm just saying, that's just my advice. Do what you want with it.
Hell fellow well met, Diana Taurasi. It feels like in the WNBA that the Mercury were looking to rebuild, looking to regrow the roster, sending out at least 3 of their top players in the offseason with a big roster reset. And it kind of felt like she was leaning this way the entire season. Last one, I think she was waiting to see if the Mercury would make moves for a contender, and they never did. So hell fellow well met.
All right. Just the Tip says yes. I don't know if the Marv Albert moment or if he realized it was Barbosa he used to eat dinner with. Moist One says, sometimes when we touch. Okay. Silver Pop says, man, Phil, she beat you and you have to cook for her. There's resources out there to help, you know.
No.
She beat you?
No, yeah, this is what was being said yesterday about the pushing tush and all the tushes that have been pushed in our household. And that's all yesterday. Enjoy the episode. But no.
I don't remember any of it.
It's all right. I try to forget it each and every day.
You guys do the tush push in your living room now?
Hey, what we do in the really loving comfort.
Talking about practicing the quarterback sneak. That's what I.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, do you?
I don't know what you guys were thinking.
Well,
she practiced.
One of us assumes the tight end position, and
excuse me.
Wow. Well, we know it's not you. I don't even know what that means. Can we talk about the Suns now, please?
You want to?
I don't want to. The Memphis Grizzlies are favored in tonight's games by 7.5. There's no reason to talk about this. I don't feel like there's any reason to talk about this. I don't even know what to make of the Phoenix Suns at all anymore. Somebody just let me know when they figure it out. If they figure it out, then we'll talk about them again. Right now, it's a dumpster fire. Feel like we have a dumpster and it's on fire. Well, I feel like that's really good analysis here.
The good news is about this dumpster fire. Bradley Beal will be back in the lineup. So that might add some sort of a
like it did last time. All right.
Maybe.
It's sad. It's a sad state of affairs when we are literally holding our breath, where we are hoping that the Suns can get it together to make the play-in. I mean, it's really just absurd, ludicrous, and you really hope it would be shocking, especially with the moves that the Oklahoma City Thunder made, with the moves ahead of them with the Minnesota Timberwolves winning last night in an overtime thriller against the Thunder, Denver Nuggets losing to the Lakers. The Grizzlies now are slipping out of that 2 spot in the West. It's not like they're going to come in unmotivated. This is one of the games that they feel like they should and need to win in order to keep pace in the West. I don't see a route home where the Phoenix Suns even make this close.
Yeah, you notice the word thriller has not been used to describe anything that's happened with the Suns so far this season. So, but there you have it. Tonight, 6 p.m., the Suns are visiting the Grizzlies. Everybody is healthy for the Suns except for Monty Morris and Cody Martin. And who cares about the Grizzlies?
Yeah, not a big factor in the end result.
No, it won't be. So, yeah, I mean, at some point, if they can sort it out, if Budenholzer can do something, if these guys together find a way to get a rhythm and to start to actually win games, well, then, there you go. I mean, we're always going to be Phoenix Suns fans, but it's not much we can do with this.
The three of those guys, Beal, Durant, and Book, need to be aggressive. They need to attack more, I think. And this team has got to figure out a way to stop the other team. I mean, just looking at the stats coming in to tonight's game, the Grizzlies are averaging 122.8 points per game and 48 rebounds per game. The Suns are averaging 113 or so points per game and only 42 rebounds. So there's got to be some way for them to. I can't understand what's wrong with Devin Booker. He just does not have the kind of exciting and high-scoring qualities that he's had in the past. Maybe he's injured and we don't know about it.
That's the only thing that would make sense, or just horribly unmotivated. I don't know. We need a bench to step up, as well as your big three to play the way that it had been hoped that they would play. Everything has to start clicking here, or nothing is going to go well.
What we see, though, is that for that 113 is actually not a bad offensive stat. It's, and anytime that you're in the hundreds, automatically it's like that's really where it is. So 113 is not a bad offensive stat as a team. Where it really does drop off is a defense. And this is a point that we bemoaned for the entirety of the season, especially when Nurkic went on his pouty trip and separated from the entire roster, really, with a lack of a center. With the lack of a center as a defensive presence, as a defensive anchor for the team, they've just allowed teams and other players to score at will. Even if it's not even an effort thing, which I suppose it could be, where you think of Devin Booker, really, he shouldn't be a defensive deficit, yet he is. He focuses mostly on the offense. You really hope that as a team that they could muster more defense, but functionally right now they cannot with the lack of size that they possess. Even Mo Bamba, who they have, and he's putting up good minutes offensively, he is completely lackadaisical on defense.
Yeah. I guess if you one's got to be higher than the other, and it's got to be higher than other people's higher than the other. So
right, it is a numbers game, but still.
Walter Mellon says, someone check the tabloids. Is Book dating a Kardashian again?
I don't think so. I don't think so. No.
Just a tip says, Jeffrey, a couple of years ago, I helped AZ Sports Angels. Is that still a thing? Curious. Now that I don't work, I want to do something. My hot girlfriend who works at the Cardinals training facility is barking that I have some extra time and I shouldn't be like some random part-time fill-in radio host or something. So any way I could help? Wow. Right now, no. So here's how the whole thing went down with Arizona Sports Angels. It's still there. We're still do stuff. But we realized that we didn't have enough personnel or enough storage space to do it the way we had started doing it when we accepted donations and then we turn around and find homes. We have found homes for everything that has been donated, just about. The only thing we have left is a bunch of molded cleats, and we are finding homes for those and taking them and delivering them as we go. But we realize that the quickest thing that we can do with our charity is intake money, buy stuff from places where my wife either would negotiate a cheaper price for a charity or just get it from a place that's inexpensive, and then deliver it to these these Title I schools in places that need it. And so that is turned out to be a better turnaround. So when you guys in the listening audience had given money, that got turned right back around and sent out to schools and kids that needed it. And by the way, zero in the way of any kind of salaries. We're not even, we're kind of just, we're taking care of everything ourselves so that it's almost 100% money in, equipment out for the kids. And then, as we have whittled away at our giant pile of stuff that people had donated, we found, places for all those golf clubs. We found places for all the baseball equipment. And, like I said, but now the way to help is just the money that comes in. We're able to turn it around and take care of the people who have specific needs here in our community. So in the future, just the tip, we would love to be able to have Arizona Sports Angels at a point where we can start to do what we started, which was people donate equipment and have somebody who can organize it and basically operate a warehouse. And, it's a huge operation. We realized pretty quick, even for one person. So we'd have to have like a staff to do that. And then as you look at it, it's like, well, people are donating money. You just want to turn it around quick and not have any middleman costs. You want to take care of the kids. That's always the first priority. So, but if we can figure out a way to have enough people to make that sort of idea work, we will definitely do it again. But as for now, Arizona Sports Angels still exists. And if you guys want to donate, we do. We turn it around and we take care of some of these schools who, they don't have it in their budget for even playground balls sometimes. And they reach out to us and we take care of them. So I don't know. I hope that answered your question. That was an awfully long answer for a short question. Fifth letter says, no, he's right. I heard Devin Booker is giving Caitlyn Jenner a shot now. Oh, that's such a lie. That is just a lie. Is he? Is he giving Caitlyn Jenner a shot?
I don't think so, but I don't know.
Yeah, you never know what's going on there. You don't have people breaking the NBA news like we used to. Got Sham Charania, that guy, right? He's the new Woj. And then Woj has stopped being Woj. He quit being Woj and he went, where did he go off? He went off, he's the general manager of men's basketball at St. Bonaventure.
Bonaventure, yes.
And that's where he went to school. And I guess to help try to raise some NIL money, he's like, hey, I'm auctioning off the phones that I used to break news. But,
well, hold on. Okay, I think that this is a really...
Who would want this?
Who would want this is the correct question when you get the information that he's wiped this phone. Like that,
right?
That is crucial information because at first, if you have like all these messages of even if you could trust somebody that purchases this and it was like, hey, LeBron here is saying I'm officially going to the Lakers or whatever purpose of the phone that you had is there. That's great. But unfortunately, you can't trust people. So what you're going to get is you're going to get a fully wiped phone that is, authorized, signed by Woj saying like, yes, it was. But even if you wanted to operate it, you open it up, it's a blank used phone. I mean, it holds no purpose.
No, it's more than one. He's got an iPhone 11 that he used to announce the NBA was canceling the season due to the pandemic. Yes. That has a high bid right now of $525, believe it or not. And then you can also maybe get the one that sent out the tweet about Paul George's trade to the Clippers. And then the other one where he says, hey, this is my retirement phone. I don't need to touch the phone you touched. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if all that information was still in the phone,
that's worth something.
Is it? Because then I don't know.
I mean, Jeffrey,
what are you going to do with it?
Even for just the numbers? Are you kidding me? Just the numbers alone. Again,
then all those people just change their phone numbers.
Exactly. So if you had an ability to purchase like the exact conversation message and kind of go back knowing what times and dates everything was, I think that's fascinating.
Is it going to be like Purell or something? Because he has a big, fat, sweaty face up in there. I don't need to. You know what I'm saying?
Woj doesn't strike me as an ear listener. He's very much a texter.
Yeah. Okay. There's also some press passes, an ID card from when he was at ESPN, and they also are auctioning off the chance to talk with him on the phone or have dinner with him.
Why?
What am I trying to date him? Wait.
You know, Wendy's tastes great. You know, might be the best Wendy's date you've ever had.
I just go to Wendy's. I don't know. Listen, I got nothing against Woj. I got nothing against the guy. I'm just saying, I don't think it really reaches that level of, memorabilia interest.
Mm-hmm.
You gave me, hey, here's some game-worn shoes. Here's the basketball, or here's the football. And it's like, all right, that's cool. But the phone, and then it's blank.
Also, keep in mind that it's a blank phone. Even if it were something like his glasses, I think that is more intriguing to me.
His glasses?
What am I going to do with his glasses?
I don't know. I mean, to me, it's just something that is like more
guy
aligned.
Who knew people who told him stuff. Oh, I got his glasses.
Yeah, better. It's better to me than the phone. I mean, I'm trying to think. It's like, but you know what? You know what, Jeffrey? What this boils down to? There's a sucker born every minute. Just like the people who bought the pint or bucket of snow when the Eagles beat the Rams in a divisional game, and they were like, "Ooh, actual snow!" And you get to keep a bucket of water. They were sold out, Jeffrey. Sold out for a bucket of snow that they could have said, hey, you see that underneath the urinal stops outside? Yeah, pick up that snow. We're gonna put it in a bucket and sell it for $10,000.
Under the urinal stops?
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, seems like Shams Charania there would wine and dine you. Much better than Woj. Oh, I feel like Shams would make an effort.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Woj would not be into it.
I'd like to have a conversation with Woj about just like how that whole process works. I think that's worth something. That's worth a lot.
Yeah, I don't want. I don't know. And this isn't even for charity. This is to raise NIL money.
That's the other one that kind of feels like you get it, but also, Hey,
seems like a good guy. If like he wrote a book, then I'd be like, oh, that could be interesting. But outside of that, you keep your stuff. We're good. I don't know. Thanks. It's like John Hook from Channel 10. Trying to sell his makeup napkin that he wears around his neck in the morning, getting ready for being on or on the news or whatever.
Or his hair comb.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good, John. We're good, John.
Everybody has their thing that they value, that they enjoy, Jeffrey. Like to you and me, we might not find value in something, but if somebody really enjoys the movie Rounders and they love John Malkovich, paid them, and you could get a used licked Oreo from that movie for like $10,000 because you happen to like John Malkovich.
It's a little different if John Malkovich has licked it. Now you've got something.
Oh, so if Adrian Wojnarowski licks those used phones? No,
nobody wants that.
No.
But okay, so if we have,
I just assume he did.
So if we have Woj and he asks John Malkovich to lick these phones before sending it, now that's worth something. Is that where the value is?
To me, it's just disconnected.
I see.
Yeah, I don't know. Just the tip. Thank you, sir. Silver Pop says, so Woj is turning tricks for NIL money. Has he ever heard of OnlyFans? Well, now we're in. If he goes on OnlyFans, I've never even gone to the site, but I will jump on immediately.
Catch sight of this Woj bomb.
Hello.
Wow.
Swazman says, Jeffrey, back in the day, when ASU beat Nebraska in Tempe, we stormed the field. I pulled grass off the field and I tried to sell it. Never did find a buyer, though. You know what, though? Did you still have that grass? Because that's great memorabilia for you because it's real. You could package it in something or have it like pressed into it, like one of those resin. So you could see it through the plastic, kind of thing. That could turn into something cool. Selling it, that's. People are like, how do we know that's not out of your front yard, dude? By the way, Swazman said something the other day that bears reading today. I just missed it. Sometimes the text messages will that come in, they get lost in the machine. And then at the end of the day, if I hit refresh, all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, I just missed this text from 2 hours ago. Wow. So here's something he said yesterday, and I liked it. So I'm going to read it. He says, Randy, there's no better sport than hockey players who can party like rock stars and then wake up and knock each other in the jaw. Hockey players are probably the toughest athletes.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We determined that years ago. Years ago, we determined that the hockey players are the toughest of all the sports. There's nobody tougher. Don't even come at me with boxers. Don't even come at me with wrestlers. You come at me with a hockey player and you're right, because they fight and they are cardio constantly and they're banging into each other more physically and at speed. I I have to say, hockey players, the toughest athletes, period.
I'd say a close second, if not tied, rugby players.
Okay, I'll give you that. Rugby players like hockey players without skates.
I mean, I'd go with like MMA or boxers.
No.
No?
And then probably a close second, if not tied, it would be those, what do you call those, where they have I can't think of the name now. The stick and the ball, lacrosse players.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty tough. That's pretty tough.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, speaking of the fighting, Chris Eubank Jr. Stepped up there for a face-off with Connor Ben, and he's like do, and he's like pretending like, hey, tough guy. He's like, hey, tough guy, and he's like, here, this is for you. Oh, bam! And hits him in the face with an egg.
With an egg? That's expensive.
That was an expensive smack in the face. And they're like saying something in each other's ears right before it. And then he just yokes him up, just blam. It's a pretty good hit
with an egg. Did he just grab an egg and had it in his?
He just had a raw egg in his pocket, just waiting to smash it up against the side of his head.
I guess so.
And a fight broke out. Man, do you know how much that cost?
Premeditated yoking.
People are trying to scoop it up with their hands. Hey, we can still cook this. We can cook this.
Exactly.
There's liquid gold.
Wilbur, that news was already broken about Diana Taurasi.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not breaking news anymore. Listen, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll get caught up on the text line. We got a bunch of other stuff that we need to talk about. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-511-3535. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-511-3535. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-511-3535. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-511-3535, 800-511-3535, or biglou.com.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
We know how it goes. You can't always tune in and hear your favorite shows and hosts.
Dude, look, I'm a loser. Okay?
It's cool, bro. That's why we post podcasts of your favorite shows and hosts. Listen when you want to. Listen on demand.
That is great and frankly kind of amazing.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com to download.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and yes, Navy Brad. Phil did find a bag with items there. I guess James put it on my desk, and it was a treasure chest with some M&Ms in there, right?
Oh, it was, and it was delicious. Thank you, Navy Brad.
Yes, thank you, Navy. I told you didn't have to do that, but thank you so much. Tiger Paws. Wow, we haven't heard from you in a while. Says, Tucker, Justin Tucker under investigation for multiple counts of sexual abuse. That's what you lead with? That's the only thing you have to say to us after like 3 months?
Yeah, where you been?
We already knew about that. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, just because the counts are getting more and more, and the Ravens is still not really talking about it, but they're not going to say much until the NFL concludes their investigation. And you know that the Ravens are going to be looking for a new kicker. But as far as everything else, it's gross. And, I don't think he's going to get away with it as well as Deshaun Watson did. Let's just say that.
No.
Sir Drives a Lot says, phew, Suns talk was quick. Thanks. Well, there's
There's not much to talk about when you're a team who does not hold your own future in your hands, and yet you're somehow not tanking, even though you probably should be. It's awful.
We're accidentally tanking. This is not what we wanted. This is not what we want. And of course, always going to be Suns fans. Randy and I will always be Suns fans.
Yes, we will.
Phil, what the hell are you?
In the NBA, I'm a LeBron fan who happens to be a Lakers fan at the current moment.
What will you do when he retires?
My second favorite player was Luka Doncic.
All right, guess you're a Lakers fan.
I guess I'm a Lakers fan. It's so odd.
We have a song for you.
Oh,
Randy, play that special song just for Phil.
Okay, here we go.
Burn in hell, Lakers! Burn in hell, Lakers!
Where's the one that says "Shut the hell up, Phil"? We don't have that one anymore, do we?
Don't have one anymore. No.
We had to edit that because Phil wasn't around to shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Baker's Cocky Him says, I imagine Phil and Woj eating Costco hot dogs in the stalls next to each other with the doors open so they could have their conversation. Oh yeah, if he wins the if he wins the auction, sure.
You know, that reminds me. I went to a bathroom the other week. This weekend, and I found a gentleman who was really struggling. And I think it's one of those conversations where unless you ever have the conversation, it doesn't make sense to others because it's so normalized. Don't ask me how I know this, but he kept the button up, but was zipping down. And so he was having trouble going to the bathroom with the button still there. Am I crazy for being the person who always unbuttons and unzips?
Why would you even know he didn't unbutton the top button?
Jeffrey, you remember how we started this?
You're
not supposed to ask.
There's going to be questions. You can't just not have questions. So you're saying is he unzipped the door, he unzipped and then he stuck it out through there, leaving the top button buttoned.
I feel like that is just yes, but it feels like the most volatile way to go about your business. Like you're in danger.
Sounds like somebody who got caught in the middle of something and that was their excuse.
Maybe the person was highly inebriated. So
now there's your answer, Phil. What made sense to the drunk guy?
Yes, because I feel like it's a Ben Stiller situation where if you are the person who does this normally, you
Very
are
dangerous.
You're leaving yourself in danger. But I thought maybe I'm the crazy one who always just opts for safety and just undoes the full vault. You know,
no, it's better to undo the full vault.
Yes,
so much can go wrong. And then what happens is you're doing your thing, and like that drunk guy could have just walked away with his dangler still out. You know what I mean? I mean, like not even paying attention.
Oh yes, there is a limit. You know, you never want to be the 6-year-old.
No shortcuts.
Yeah, who drops trowel and then is just standing there. You don't want to be that level. But
I mean, at least he was peeing in a urinal, right?
That is true. That was true.
All right.
There was some effort there. So yeah,
not much thought, but effort certainly.
I quit trying to figure out what drunk people did a long time ago. Thanks, Dad. Boomer Sooner says, Randy, 85 degrees, slight breeze. Cooler next week. Back to you, Jeffco. Look at the Boomer Sooner trying to do your weather report there.
Boomer Sooner is a wannabe meteorologist.
Very presumptuous.
I am, of course, the senior chief meteorologist here at 1580 The Fanatic.
Well, that's what you keep telling us. Yeah.
Well, I am.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
There's a certificate in his office that says as much.
Oh, yeah, that was emailed in by a listener. Yeah.
No,
that was absolutely emailed in by. Don't lie. Don't lie.
No.
You know where liars go, Randy?
HE double toothpicks.
No, your house every night. See what I'm saying?
It says it's from Boston School University. Now, the initials do make me question it, but
BS University. Right. Let's see. Taco Kenny says, I have an official NFL practice ball given to and signed by Troy Aikman when I worked at the Tempe Buttes, where the Cowboys stayed during Super Bowl 30, and I still have it. Oh, boy, you should put that in a case or something. That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's very cool.
Troy won't remember signing it because he's had so many concussions, but yeah, I mean, keep that. Absolutely.
Of course, with all the concussions, that X on the ball is still worth something.
You better believe it. Yeah.
Rainy City Bitch Pigeon says, back in college, I worked security for Husky Stadium. This is the same time that the Seahawks were playing in Husky Stadium because their new stadium was being built one afternoon. I don't think your punctuation's in the wrong place, so I'm going to help you. Because their new stadium was being built, period. One afternoon, I noticed all the old turf had been rolled up and was just sitting there on the field. Buddy of mine, huge University of Washington fan, so when nobody's looking, I walked down to the field and with my pocket knife, I cut a 1x6 rectangle of turf right off of there from the purple end zone. My buddy still has that turf today, and it's the only personal experience I've ever had with unique sports memorabilia.
Well, if it's turf, that makes sense, because if it's grass, the paint might stay there, but it would be slowly rotting. But if it's turf, good for you.
But you know what, Rainy City Bitch Pigeon? You're a good friend. That's the big thing right there. You went down there and you did that for your pal. Nicely done. Moist One says, I usually drop my shorts and panties all the way down to my ankles at a urinal.
Good
we
for
know. I mean, we don't even have to tell us that. If you walk into a bathroom at one of our live remotes and there you just get an eyeful of somebody's bare ass at a urinal, that's Moist One.
Moist One.
And pulling up the shirt.
Fifth Letter says, I knew I liked Filthy Phil. CK says, mental note, Landfill likes to peep on drunk guys at urinals. Weirdo.
I knew that was going to happen.
We always knew.
Golden Domer says, I have a Dale Hellestray signed football. I'll give you $10 to take it from me.
Wow.
Nobody's life has been the same since.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, one day we'll be able to sell memories that are uploaded into your head. Can't wait to see all my memories listening to the greatest sports show ever.
Who's that?
Dan Patrick, probably. Just the Tip says, I joke a lot. I drink a little. I play it up. But this is heartfelt. Young, struggling hockey players typically billet in families' homes. Ever heard of this, Randy? Maybe. So a metric shload of current NHL players spent years having to behave while being given free room and board while they got good on the ice. There's literally nothing like hockey players. Kick the F off your face and help your mom carry her groceries. Ooh, my new shorts are here.
Kick the F off your face?
Kick the F off your face.
I love Amazon.
And help your mom with the groceries.
Eh? Oh, no, that was just Tip's part. The thing about the shorts, that's me.
Oh.
No,
my wife just brought my new shorts up.
To kick the F off your face.
That is puzzling to read.
Guys, Just the Tip drinks pretty much all the time now that he's retired.
Kick the F off your face. Would that be something like, Phil, I don't know, wipe that smile off your face?
I think in non-inebriated state, that's what
I can't see those, said. Jeffrey. They're camo.
Yeah, I know. I know you can't see them, but there are shorts in my hand right now. It's good camouflage.
Amazing. That's fantastic.
Too much material on them, Jeffrey.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to try them on.
You're going to try them right now?
Live on camera.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're not going to see anything.
Well, he's going to drop trowel right there.
Dropping
if you
trowel
aren't
right
watching
now.
Moist One,
stream,
take it easy, Moist One.
If You aren't
Take it
watching the
easy.
stream right now. It's going to
I
now
just-
cost you $2 to get in.
Adult Swim. I'm excited. You understand? I haven't had new shorts in years.
Is the ass good in those?
If it's my ass, they're good in
Okay,
these.
well, okay. All right. I was just.
Hold on here.
Uh-oh. Doesn't
Oh.
sound like it buttons. Uh-oh.
No. They're stretchy.
They're elastic.
Oh, they're stretchy. Well, there you go. Wow.
Damn, I look good.
Well, I bet you do. Yeah.
Damn, I look good.
In
That's
most
America's
everything
ass
you do.
right there.
Yeah. I've said that for 30 years.
Yeah, can't help it. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Just stretching them out. There we go.
Well, Jeffrey's got a new pair of shorts on.
Those shorts were made for something.
Well, wearing because I've worn the ass out of a couple pairs already. My wife thinks it's because I eat too much Taco Tuesday.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. So anyway, yeah, they're good. Sorry. Thanks, Just the Tip. Listen, I'm now out of breath
From
Wipe
those
the
from those 3
F
squats.
off your face.
for walking over there, getting shorts, trying them on, and doing 3 squats. So we'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll pick it right back up. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Things are just better when you switch to Cricket. The sun shines a little brighter. Happy music starts randomly playing. Best of all, you can get iPhone 13 for just $29.99. With the ultra bright Super Retina display and up to 19 hours of video playback, all on Cricket's super fast 5G network. See, isn't that better? Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new account imported on $60 plan. First service charge taxed with sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
There are thousands of career paths your child can pursue, and costs come along the way. I'm Arizona State Treasurer Kimberly Yee, encouraging Arizonans to open an AZ 529 education savings plan. Plans can be used for college, trade school, and education expenses. Unused funds can be rolled into a retirement Roth IRA. Prepare now for wherever their dreams take them. Visit az529.gov.
There's a lifetime Roth IRA rollover limit of $35,000, sponsored by the Office of the Arizona State Treasurer.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me, and I contemplated suicide. My grandson, I was going to have to be here for him. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe.
Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We had Phil the fill-in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
And we're having pineapple tacos for dinner tonight on a Taco Tuesday.
Pineapple tacos for dinner.
You guys sound perfect coming my way.
Well,
wish we could say the same.
What can we say about that?
I'll be right back.
Pineapple tacos. Yeah, you're the text line, 888-368-1580. As we broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios, beautiful uptown Scottsdale. There he is, the legend, Filthy Phil.
Okay, I'm back.
All right.
Does that sound better?
We'll see, won't we?
Does it?
Keep talking.
Yeah, it would help if you kept talking to determine.
I don't know what to say.
How are the cargo pants holding up?
I do want to let you know that there's a difference between a crevice and a crevasse. Those are two different things.
Okay.
Yeah, a crevice is a small crack. A crevasse is a huge crack.
Whose butt are you talking about?
Well, I wasn't, moist one. I was just talking you just wanted me to say something.
Okay, you were talking out of your crevasse.
So my shorts, they're good. So they will be de-tagged and washed and put into service. So I'm very happy.
Very nice.
Boomer Sooner says, what color are the new shorts? I got one pair of camo and one dark gray. Because I've got khaki and dark khaki. So Moist One says, Phil, you need a pair of those prismatic glasses so you can see all around you while you look ahead.
Sure, why not? I'm always down for whatever's new and what's next.
He's telling you to keep your eyes on your own work when you're in the urinal. I think that's what he was really trying to say.
No, it's where we all go to communion. That's where we all go to put our heads together and get things done.
No, no, not.
Nope. By the way, remember we told you about Michael Jordan's son Marcus, who he got pulled over, and they're like, "Oh, that dude's got all cocaine all over the place."
Yeah.
It turns out that white powder was not cocaine.
Bisquick?
Turns out it was ketamine.
Oh.
So now it's like, okay, good news is it's not cocaine. The bad news is he might be on the hook for killing Matthew Perry. So he's got all sorts of challenges ahead of him now.
Well,
allegedly,
yeah. The courts will decide this, but it's unfortunate, you know.
Oh man, that's nothing to play games with. That ketamine. That is nothing to play games with. They gave me some of that in one of my hospital visits, Jeffrey, and I thought I was on SpaceX. That's how powerful that stuff is.
Sounds kind of nice.
For like 9 minutes, I thought I was on SpaceX.
You actually thought you were on a rocket.
Yeah. Kim's got video footage of it. Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, she has my number. She should send that over.
No, she shouldn't. I know what you'll do with it.
I might have it edited to look like you're actually in SpaceX. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Doing a weather report live from SpaceX.
No, there was no weather reports. I started talking to the people in the room there. I said, "Hey, we're on SpaceX." Yeah. No, that stuff is serious. Yeah.
It sounds fun for a minute, but then after that, well, you die. You know, like Matthew Perry, he died of death. And any of those drugs that seems kind of fun or funny for a second, the next thing you know, you're dead. So you shouldn't do those things.
No.
Probably the worst anti-drug PSA I've ever done.
Yeah. I think it's a strong one. That's the way it should be said.
It seems fun at first, and it is fun, and then it's not, and then it's dead.
Say what you will.
It seems like fun until you die.
Say what you will about
There's
Bronny.
a whole death thing.
Say what you will about Bronny, but thus far, at least he has no ketamine.
No ketamine, but now, of course, Bronny and LeBron are having to deal with their own lawsuit. Remember that car crash? They had that car accident. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm not sure. No,
car accident. No.
Well, so here's what the lawsuit says. It says LeBron James and his 20-year-old son crashed into them on the highway in 2022 in Little Rock, California.
I didn't even know California had a Little Rock. Okay.
Yeah, me neither, to be honest. But, of course, LeBron and Bronny, they deny all the allegations in the complaint. But I don't know. I don't know. Were they in an accident or not? But, the Palmdale Sheriff's Department and the California Highway Patrol says we have no reports of any crash.
Yeah, hard to sue somebody over a crash that didn't happen. And if they got into a crash, one would think you would need to call the cops, even if it wasn't want to. Interesting.
It's a weird one. I'm not gonna lie. That's
strange.
A weird one there. It's not breaking news, people. It was broken by George earlier. Mr. Wilbur tried to break it. We could forgive him because he's blind, and I'm sure but you, Mr. Pink Eye, says Diana Taurasi has retired. Should Phoenix throw a parade? Why not? I mean, she's brought more championships than anyone else.
Yeah,
she should have a parade.
Except for the Rattlers, of course.
Of course. Diana Taurasi is a probably. No, does she transcend into like Arizona sports legends? Whenever you think of, like, is she?
I don't think she transcends. I think she has been one for a while.
Absolutely.
Certainly synonymous with winning, and we would certainly take ownership of that legacy as an Arizonan. So
yeah, she's right there with Larry Fitzgerald and Gonzo. She's right there.
I mean, yeah, maybe we haven't given WNBA as much attention in the past years as we maybe should have, and now we've come around to that a little more. Maybe I could get on an elevator with Diana Taurasi and have no idea I'm on an elevator with Diana Taurasi, but that doesn't take away the accomplishments and how dominant a player she was and what she meant not just to the Mercury, but also the WNBA. So we're late to the party coming around to what's going on with women's basketball, but she came and went as the GOAT before we even got here. So you got to give respect where respect is due. And if there is a GOAT of the WNBA, I believe she's it.
What, three-time world champion with the WNBA? 3 times?
That's right. Yeah. Hefty Lefty says, if it was Palmdale, they were sitting on Daytona rims. He says, sorry, that might have been too obscure of a reference.
Yeah, it is.
CK says, Phil, just because you rubbed heads with the other men, what? Oh, no, I'm not reading the rest of that.
No, I wouldn't.
Jesus, CK. Fifth letter says she's a 91710 legend. What does that mean?
Is that because of UConn? I know that she is part of that UConn dynasty. With Gino Auriemma.
It's a zip code for Chino, California.
See, everybody wants to take ownership of Diana Taurasi.
Well, I mean, if that's her hometown, fantastic. And surely UConn is, her residence for some time, winning those championships and one of the great basketball programs in that period of all time. I mean, what do they win? 25 or 26 or 27, something like that. 3 national championships, 4 national championships, something like that. And then she comes to Phoenix, wins 3 world championships. I mean, she is synonymous with winning. Absolutely, she is going to be an Arizona sports legend, and she will ascend to she'll make the Basketball Hall of Fame easy.
Easily,
yeah, first ballot.
Yeah.
One wonders. I don't know if she has the temperament for it or even the desire.
I was
but
about to say the same thing.
I wonder if she would be a coach of some kind, even if that's just just an assistant coach, or maybe it's just an organization for the Mercury since she's so aligned with them now. One wonders if she has any desires post basketball. I would assume so. She's been so tenacious and ferocious in her plight for the WNBA. I would assume so, but I don't know.
Maybe. I'll tell you what, I know there is another potential future GOAT / head coach candidate, and that's Caitlin Clark. And I wouldn't have thought that except for when she was there to get her number retired in Iowa. It turned out she hung around and she helped them prepare to get that upset win over Juju Watkins and USC. And so, if she's there helping them and she's working with them and, listen, Caitlin Clark seems like a pretty smart gal and she's just an amazing player. And, a lot of this game is in the upper part of the skull. I'm just saying, maybe in her future, there's a coach. Okay,
maybe.
Good talk.
Yeah,
maybe. All right, good talk.
Yeah, possibly. I would like to see her, her full career before I can then say, oh, yeah, great coach. But yeah, sure, why not?
Well, I'm just saying, if she's helping the college team and then they turn around and they get this upset win, maybe there is something there is all I'm saying. 888-368-1580. Baker's Cocky Hen says Diana Taurasi retiring is a tragedy.
Why is it tragic?
Her unders were easy money last season.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, man.
Well,
Listen, the careers start to slow down for everybody, Baker's Cocky Hens. I sure hope you're talking about her scoring. Just the Tip says, this is the Evan. Huh? What? Moist One says, she's no Brittany Griner. I mean, Griner was traded for the world's best arms dealer. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Moving on. So the live, we're anti-live. We're anti-live tour. But I have now some evidence that it's not just bad for the game of golf. It's not just bad for the country. It's not just bad, in general. But I now have evidence, Randy, that live golf,
all right,
causes blood clots.
No kidding.
Wow.
Anthony Kim has a blood clot in his leg.
Huh. And he plays on the live, does he?
What more can I say? He played 2 events and then boom, blood clot in his leg.
I wonder how many tours Wembanyama took in the live.
That's the thing I want to know. Has Wembanyama been hanging around with Anthony Kim?
Maybe. Wembanyama is a Frenchman,
Mm-hmm. I don't think Anthony Kim is.
No, I don't think so.
One would doubt that.
Maybe.
Not ruling it out, but would be hard to prove.
So I just want to let you know the live is dangerous. It's dangerous for everybody, including now the golfers.
Yes. Okay. I would agree. Everybody should stay away from the live tour. You will catch blood clots.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, ironic the Saudis would create a golf league named Live when they seem to love death. It's a very good point, Baker's Cocky Hens. It's a very good point. Hey, Randy, you been watching any spring training?
Yeah, I have. As a matter of ipsy facto, as my lawyer friends like to say.
You getting to see any of these challenges on the ABS system?
You know what? And one of the things that these guys are starting to do is, they have 2 challenges, ball strikes challenges. And these guys are starting to, if they disagree with a call, they're starting to call a challenge right away. I was just watching a game, the Guardians playing, I forget who it was, Brewers. And the players were coming up from the Guardians specifically. I don't know if this is league-wide, but the Guardians, and 2 players in a row, one guy lost his challenge, the other guy won his challenge, and so he will have that. He will retain that. They will have one more challenge before they put an end to it. But these guys, can you imagine if this becomes reality, that how long the games are going to go if these guys have challenges?
Well, you only get 2, so, I don't think it's going to drag it out too much. By the way, that's the sign. I just frightened Phil a little bit. This is the sign that you want to challenge. You got to pat your head.
I see.
Like I didn't
thought
know
you might
that.
have an itch and you didn't want to.
So if the batter does this,
I thought maybe your
challenge.
brains were falling out. That hole in the top.
And then I
head.
saw an ump do that.
The challenge. Okay, yeah.
So that's the challenge.
I look. If you want to go automated ball strikes, go automated ball strikes. But this challenge thing, I don't like it.
Like, just put it on there. Let it make the calls. Let's not have challenges.
If you're going to go and do it, do it. But why are we playing with this half-assed, balls and strike challenge? What is this?
Well, there is a little bit of a fun to it, and some people have noticed that. I saw somebody saying, it was like, yeah, umps now have to see how bad their call is in front of everyone. They get to stand there and eat a big old crap burger when they've done a bad call. And they said, called strike 3 to end the game gets challenged. Call gets overturned. Game continues. Camera pans to the downtrodden ump. Then the manager walks out, makes a pitching change. Ump had to wait another 8 minutes for the game and his misery to end. I kind of like that.
As long as it's used strategically, I can see that it elevates higher pressurized moments. I agree with that. But I agree with you, Randy, in that if we're going to go to automation, which is where it feels inevitable, just make the move, gosh darn it. Like if we have the technology, it feels reliable. Why are we adding remedies to what is something that deserves a full amputation?
Here's why. Because as you're sitting there watching the game, part of watching the game in the past is you got the umpire behind the plate calling the balls, calling the strikes. And most of the time you're watching, you're like, okay, that's cool. And it's just that small percentage that they get wrong. Now, some umpires get way too much wrong, and they shouldn't even be working. But most of the time, you get a guy behind the plate, and he's pretty good. He's like in the upper percentile. But it's that crucial one bad call that you got to be able to challenge and say, whoa, let's take another look at that one, please. So I can kind of see this to keep the feel of the game as it's been, but add the element of correction when it's most necessary.
Well,
because
I
outside of that, though, using it for everything, it does make sense, but it's not necessary as long as you can get it right when it matters most.
It was the second inning of the Guardians Brewers game, and the Guardians batters are challenging the call. That, to me,
because to them,
that's
every at bat is very important, isn't it?
Now, if the bases are loaded and you're trying to win a game, and the umpire calls you a called third strike, and you feel like it was a borderline pitch, go ahead and challenge it. I see it there.
Well,
but if there's nobody on base early in the game, why challenge the pitch?
That's up to the manager to teach his players when to and when not to.
Well, and the other thing is these guys have when they've missed a call, it's been on average more or less a half inch. You mean to tell me these batters are so damn calibrated and so good they can see a strike that's a half inch outside the strike zone?
I say some can. Others are just guessing.
But
here's the thing again: the manager needs to teach the players when the right circumstance exists to do the challenge. They're just learning. And by the way, it's spring training. So these guys are it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're doing it in the second inning or in the 12th inning. It's just everybody's trying to learn and figure this thing out. I like it. I think that the whole thing is good. The challenge and using the ABS there, I'm perfectly happy with it. The way they're doing it there.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think, everybody? Do you think ABS should just call all the balls and strikes and be communicated by the guy behind the plate? You still want the guy behind the plate to be able to call somebody is safe or out when somebody slides in, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as far as that, he could just be the mouthpiece for it, to try to preserve some of that, old-fashioned baseball look. So do you want all the time ABS? Or do you like it the way it is now? I'm curious what everybody thinks. 888-368-1580. What do you say, Phil?
Well, first of all, I am curious. Randy, whenever they've gone to the challenge, who is the one that is making the determination on whether or not it was the right call? Is it the exact same person who just made the wrong call?
It's not a person. It's a computer shows it, and it goes up on the screen, and it's obvious. It's the ball, wherever it is, according to the computer, that's gone.
And they have to abide by that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. My perfect solution here is just go full automation. But if I'm being forced to go into this compromise zone, then yes, I would much rather in high leverage moments have an ability to allow officials, allow the game, and allow just the game of the people of baseball, the players, an opportunity to get it right.
But you're not being forced, Phil. You're given right now the opportunity to choose full automation or the way they're doing it now with the challenge system.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I forgot the full automation. I thought it was go back to the way. Full automation then. Yes, full automation.
So just remove it completely from the hands of the umpire.
Yes, the entire ethos.
You don't feel like you lose a little something there.
No. Do we feel like, far be it from us to discuss tennis here, but does it feel like there's something lost in tennis now?
Moving on.
There we go. See? Yes. Does it feel like we lose anything if we take out the human element when it's coming to decision that are a millisecond And just like Randy said, in a quarter an inch here or there, no, I'd much rather get it right. Take the human subjectivity out of it.
Tennis purist that question. We're not tennis purists, so it doesn't bother us.
Right, but it has made the game far more enjoyable to take the refereeing, the subjectivity out of the game. Let me tell you, but playing, I know that it's there. Pickleball, there 100 times.
No, don't you dare! Don't you dare try to legitimize pickleball by bringing that into this conversation.
As a legend of the court myself. Coming from a professional
Shooter McGavin wants to know. Shooter McGavin wants to know: can a pitcher or a catcher challenge? I figure the challenge can go either way. Yeah,
pitcher, catcher, or batter. Yeah, those are the three that can make the challenge.
Not an outfielder. That'd be weird.
No.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, "I want robotic umpires that all look like Angel Hernandez or Joe West with their strike zones. So every so many pitches, it just randomly calls the opposite." Let's see. Just the Tip says, need a live human for calls at the plate. Otherwise, let the cameras call balls and strikes. Yeah, okay, fair enough. T-Licious says, as long as the robot umps aren't made by Skynet, well, then I'm good. Fair enough. Yeah, no, that's good. Hurry Harry says, pickleball? Serious? You got to be kidding me. You kidding me?
My only point is how frustrating is it, even if you're doing a rec ball basketball game where you'd much rather have a ref or having a third party, let alone the perfect third party, which is automation, to have somebody call the calls as opposed to arguing over them.
If there are fights in pickleball, I might go down to the rec center and just watch.
It
just
gets
see these old
vicious.
people beat the hell out of each other.
Those bingo arms are flailing everywhere, Jeffrey.
Man, some of them ladies, those arms, that's like a windsock down at the airport. Commando Duke says, after full automation, what's next? Robots throwing the ball? Oh, come on now, Duke. That's not the same. That's not the same. All right, we got to take this is a compliment coming for Phil. It's a compliment. Starts out sounding like something you take a swing at somebody for. It's a compliment. Boomer Sooner says, Phil, not to get personal, but are your parents educated people? I only ask because kids often have their parents' traits, and you're a smart one, Phil.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, my mother is a certified genius. If you don't believe her, just ask her herself. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, we do got to take a break. We come back. We got On This Date in Big Georgia sports history. The show is pretty much over after the next segment because we are stepping aside for some NCAA basketball action. That's right. At 4:45, it's Baylor at Cincinnati. But right now, it's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Chargers sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
The Renaissance Festival is back. Weekends now through March 30th. Be ready to have a great time. Amazing adventure awaits the entire family. New shows, shopping, jousting nights, non-stop feasting. Leave your cares behind. Happiness reigns at the Renaissance Festival. It's fun and affordable. You'll love the Renaissance. Visit now through March 30th. Discount tickets available at Bashers' and Food City or online at arizona.renfestinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Bashers', Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness. Huzzah!
Ever have one of those days where your gut just feels blah?
Ugh, yes.
Occasional bloating or gas could be signs that your gut is out of balance. But Align Probiotic can help. Align 24/7 Digestive Support is a daily use probiotic with a unique strain to help relieve occasional digestive issues. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand. So when you feel the signs, it's time to try Align. Align Probiotic. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Caleb Williams didn't throw it last year's scouting combine. He wound up first overall. And Jaden Daniels, he did not throw at the combine. But last year, those guys were the clear top 2 picks in the NFL draft. I don't know if Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders are the clear top 2 picks of this year's draft. Certainly, since we're wondering what the Tennessee Titans are going to do. Could it be Abdul Carter first overall? And the question is Shedeur even going to be the first Colorado Buffalo off the board?
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at 10 a.m. on 1580. The Fanatic.
It's Dave Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. I just got to say, I'm trying to think of the right phrasing of words to say this. But the Packers president, CEO Mark Murphy, is a language bitch. I know there's probably a better way to do that, and I don't like to use that word, but I think whiny is the best word for it. But yes, Packers president and CEO Mark Murphy, you whiny little bitch. Here's what he says. Oh, I'm not a fan of the tush push. There's no skill involved, and it's almost an automatic first down on plays of a yard or less. Okay, first off, I'm going to stop you there. If there's no skill involved, it wouldn't work. He says there used to be a rule prohibiting this, but it's no longer enforced because I believe it was thought to be too hard for the officials to see. Well, the play is bad for the game, and we should go back to prohibiting the push of the runner. This would bring back the traditional quarterback sneak, and that worked pretty well for Bart Starr and the Packers in the Ice Bowl. Okay. You whiny little bitch. Yeah. And you had to go and, make the proposal, to the NFL to get rid of the tush push play. And, because you can't do it. That's the thing that kills me. Because you can't do it, you're going to step up and say, oh, I'm not a fan of this play. Shut up, dude. Now, Sean McDermott took Phil's position, and I don't think Phil's a whiny little biatch. Phil made some good points. Say, well, this might be a safety issue here. Again, we're waiting on those stats of injuries caused by the tush push. Just saying that Chris Jones once was kind of like, ow. That doesn't really give me any statistics, so I'll still wait for that. But Sean McDermott, he says, oh, yeah. He says, to me, there's always been an injury risk with that play. There's an injury risk with every play.
And McDermott, the head coach of the Bills, right? They ran the play in the second most in the NFL this past year.
But then, Sean McDermott, I think he's worried about a lot because he looks like patient zero. But,
Caillou grow up.
Right. So, but he says, oh, I've expressed that opinion for the last couple of years, blah, 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 blah. I just feel like player safety and the health and safety of our players has to be at the top of our game. Blah, 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 blah. But yet you're still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I do agree on the idea that it is a health and safety concern, not just for the defensive linemen.
The game is a health and safety concern.
Yes, yes, but that doesn't mean you need to go and elevate the percentages that it occurs. Look, we already saw in the NFC Championship game what could happen. We saw that that they were going about, and I think that the rule was enforced inappropriately, but they had warned the Washington Commanders, who were trying to defend against the Philadelphia Eagles, saying, guys, just so you know, we can award a touchdown at any point in time if we deem it necessary, which it feels inappropriate.
Because they were being, what I thought were just kind of being wise asses, jumping over the thing, whatever. There was no It wasn't a big deal. It was just silliness.
But Jeffrey, it was silliness until it's not, because look, the first time that they tried
You're
it,
gonna poke an eye out.
Not just that, but yes, not just that, but also it was the 3 times afterwards, it was a bit silly. Yes, understandable. But when it became evident that this was probably not only the best way that they thought that they could defend it, but seemed to be the only way, saw
trying.
Yes, the initial time that they tried it, Jalen Hurts did not expect it, and you saw that when he was getting set into position, he could have been seriously injured. Depending on how a full man's body, who is hurling himself like a spear, coming at his lower extremities, he could have snapped something. It could have twisted something.
Coulda, woulda, houlda. Give me some stats, because here's the stats I've got. The Eagles and the Bills used that play 163 tush-push times over the last 3 seasons, and they have a success rate 87%, both of them. So it's not just Philadelphia. Buffalo also 87%. Everyone else in the league 71% success rate. So it's just a whiny thing. I mean, if you don't like it, don't do it. If you don't know how to defend against it, well, I guess you're going to get them on first down, because you're not going to get them on fourth.
Again, yes, you're right. I whether or not it's for an elevated safety concern that we've only seen one team do, and eventually we will see more.
Who's been hurt?
Who's been
hurt in the tush push so far?
So far, you've seen the wear and tear. You've seen that the offensive linemen don't like it.
Oh, now you're going to give me mileage as an argument? You're going to give me mileage?
I'm telling you.
Come on, man. There's wear and tear in every aspect of the game. You've got 300-pound men locking up like 2 rams in the mountains and pushing each other both. Man, that wear and tear goes both ways. So just because instead of up here, you're now down here, I don't feel like it's more risk than doing a regular play.
It is more risk because...
Show me the stats.
I will show you the stats of when it becomes outlawed.
Wait, you won't show it to me until it becomes outlawed?
It feels like the injury risk is elevated for much more serious injuries, especially in how teams will identify and how to stop it. Because eventually, the only way to stop it will be an expedient way that upon the immediacy of the ball being snapped, they will then have to launch themselves, hurling themselves, thus causing, if there's a miscue and somebody snaps and somebody goes for the ball and nobody else thinks
just described every play.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same because they're expecting a pass, they're expecting the run, but when the other team is not expecting, or at least when the other team is not expecting on how they'll defend, it's a higher injury risk, Jeffrey.
You're talking risk, but you haven't shown me actual results. And until you do,
one team.
I'm just not buying. What do you mean one team? Every team has tried this. They have stats on that. It's 87% success rate by the Philadelphia Eagles and the Buffalo Bills. Everyone else 71% success rate, and they didn't notate that anyone has never tried it.
Every team that's tried it, yes, but I mean the Arizona Cardinals aren't running it. The Jared Goff led Lions aren't running it. So it's not every team's running this. It's probably going to be your Indianapolis Colts who will be on that list next to try it.
Yeah, I mean, Richardson's got to be worth something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. that Yoka body type, he's a perfect candidate.
He'd probably be the first one hurt, but I don't think that in any play you get hurt. Anthony Richardson gets hurt in other plays. So if he gets hurt in a tush push play, don't blame the play. You know what I'm saying? You blame the I'm sorry. I can't get. Listen, I'm all for protecting players. I'm all for safety. They want to wear the great kazoo giant guardian helmet. Then God, yes, and they shouldn't be ridiculed for it. And you're seeing more tight ends, more running backs. You know what it is? It's more guys who are not super duper stars, but they're like, I got to protect my money. I got to protect my time in the league because this is how I'm going to make a living. And then even some superstars. I think Jonathan Taylor was wearing one there. So, I'm all for the player safety, but I've not heard any players say, oh, God, that's so unsafe. I heard Jason Kelce say, I hated doing that. It was hard. But he didn't say that was unsafe. What players are out there saying, I wish they wouldn't make me do this. This is unsafe. There hasn't been any, evidence of that. 888-368-1580. Hurry Harry says it's part of the game. Phil, I'd give up on this one. Boomer Sooner says, did you know the day is 2/25/25? Slow sports day. Well, maybe for you, Sooner. We're actually having a show over here, but thanks. CK. says, Phil, Jesus, what? I can't read that. That's not very nice.
He thinks Phil is Jesus?
No, I said that.
Oh,
maybe with my beard, and maybe.
Well, he called him a less than flattering name. But listen, I respect Phil for wanting to protect the player's safety. I'm just saying, I don't see you. There's risk in everything you do in football, and I understand why you would say it looks like more risk. But in general, can't show me stats on injuries sustained in a tush push. You have no case.
For me, it's more so a case of just entertainment. And as somebody who loves to make dinner more entertaining, Jeffrey, I think that you would love that. But I am more so on the entertaining side of it, and how it's a boring play. It's bad for the game as far as
it's also like 3 seconds out of the entire game, Phil.
No, not in a.
Are you going to sit there like, wow, this game's exciting? Tush push. It's not. It's just a moment.
It's not a moment. It's certainly it takes the element of like a touchdown. Like for the Super Bowl, was that the most entertaining touchdown? No, it was not. We'd much rather see a curl route that jukes everybody out, or a running back going into it.
I didn't run off to the kitchen. The Jet says Cardinals absolutely ran it. They used their backup quarterback twice. Kyle G says, for the first time in my life, the Packers have brought me shame. There is zero reason to ban a specific play. Heck, we've been running the tight end sneak, which is our version of that for years.
I mean, same concept as baseball banning the shift. I mean, sometimes it's just for the betterment of the game.
You're the only one saying this. You and the guy from
me
the
and
Packers.
the Packers.
Well, it's you and the Packers, Phil. The rest of us are
me and probably
we
the
disagree.
Chiefs too as well. I mean.
Eye Candy says, Jeffrey, Phil sounds like a Rainy City pitch pigeon.
No, he likes the Broncos.
Yeah, he's not a Seahawk fan. He's a Broncos fan.
I mean, I will say that they are fully within their right to use it while it is still in there. I think that they will be a victim of their success because of how successful it is. But because of how successful it is precisely the reason why it shouldn't be allowed. I mean,
wait, no. I'm sorry. Because of how successful it is, it shouldn't be allowed.
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense to me because it's not as successful for everybody. It's not a boring thing. A team might or might not get that. The Eagles are just really good at it. The other teams, 70% good. It's just like any other play. You can't tell for sure that running play is going to work, or that pass, or that this, or anything you do on the field. And it's the same with the tush push. There's no guarantee on that play. So banning it just because one or two teams are really good at it and the rest are kind of sucky, do you think that's how they felt when that one guy started passing the ball and everyone else was like, that's unfair? No, you learn how to do it and do it.
It sounds to me like the Packers can't defend the thing. And so because they want to get rid of this play,
all they gotta do is learn
because they can't defend it. And most of the NFL cannot defend the play, and most of the NFL, I would hope they would not vote just to get rid of it because they can't defend it. That would be like saying, okay, we're no longer going to do the screen pass because we can't execute it like the Chiefs do. See what I mean?
It doesn't seem right.
The difference is that this is because of the success rate and because it's newly implemented, and it's not. It doesn't rest easy on the eyes. This is more akin to baseball and the pitchers having unidentified substances on their balls that they throw. Yes, thank you. That they use to make it a higher percent of having more control over it. Technically, the pitcher's still throwing the ball. Technically, they're still doing within the entirety of a baseball motion, but we don't allow it because of the amount of control it allows them.
But let me just say, as long as they're not deflated, I don't care what you put on your balls.
I don't know that this would be the same thing, Phil, as a pitcher having a foreign substance. This is not the Eagles are not cheating.
No.
Where the pitcher would be cheating because he has a foreign substance and he's using that to his advantage to add spin rate to the baseball. You see what I mean?
Yes, but Randy, it's cheating because it's against the rules. They weren't cheating when they first started doing it.
Well, it's not cheating. The rules haven't changed, have they? I mean,
well, the rules changed to where they banned the foreign substances on the pitcher's gloves. So I'm saying,
well, yes, but I'm saying,
so if the tush push becomes illegal, then they'll be cheating.
Well, there's no reason to make it illegal, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't see a reason to make it illegal.
Sway Dave says, Phil, grab your sub and hit the can. You're not going to win this argument.
I Phil, I applaud your sense of trying to make the game better. But I just feel like this play is a team, the Green Bay Packers, who can't defend the damn thing, and they don't like that advantage. So
Moist One says higher spin rate, not control.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Either way,
I think I clarified that for Phil, but thank you.
Oh. Yes. Again, guys, this is just like anything else. If there was anything in the game, maybe if I redo this, whenever you're in the game, you're playing video games against somebody else. Maybe you remember at a time, and there was always that guy that played and always did the exact same strategy because there was a glitch in the game and it always worked and everything else. And it was like, God, it's so frustrating. I can beat him because I'm better at him than everything else. But it's just this one gosh darn thing and he's doing it the entire time. It's not good for the game whenever for the game of football. Whenever somebody has what is akin to a cheat code.
Push isn't a glitch, Phil.
It's a glitch whenever it's 90% success rate, Jeffrey.
It's 87 versus somebody else's 71. You still have the ability. Just somebody's
even
better
71?
than you. That's like saying it's not right to have Michael Jordan in the game because he's better than we are most of the time. That's just that's just the wussification of the sport, man.
It's not. Whenever we're talking at a higher rate, I'm willing to go to a certain threshold of saying, oh, something's innovative, something's new, that has a higher success rate than it is not. Okay, that's totally fine. But when we get to a 90% rate, 80% rate, even 70 is a bit much. Whenever we're getting to something that is that implemented, then we're just going to see just what we've seen in basketball, where it's a three and out league, where that's it, and everybody's saying, oh, it's boring because all you score are 3-pointers. It's a part of the success of the league to inherently change it so that way it doesn't get to be lacking of versatility.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't see that this is some sort of a cheat code. It's just the Eagles have figured out a way to run this play. Now, with all the brilliant minds in the NFL, especially defensive-minded guys, if I'm a general manager or a head coach, I'm going to get my defensive coordinator. I'm going to say, here's the tape. You go and sit in this room and don't
figuring it out.
Don't come out until you figure out how to stop this play.
I mean, they've had now two summers to do so, and some of the greatest defensive minds, including Bill Belichick, have gone up against it and can't stop it. I think that it's more. When you have to go to Neil deGrasse Tyson in order to explain the physics of how it's just unguardable, then I'd say it's not.
But sometimes it is. It's not 100%. Effective, Phil. So it is guardable. There is a chance to guard it, just like there is a chance that someone's not going to make an extra point attempt, even though that is a high percentage play as well. There's always a chance. That's why you line up, and that's why guys still try. Hurry Harry says, what's wrong with putting a foreign substance on your balls? Well, it's illegal in baseball. That's all. Last Optimist says, when they show the camera view down the line for the brotherly shove, it appears both teams are lined up in the neutral zone, and the center snaps late, giving the O-line a head start on the D. I'd like those violations of existing rules enforced before they play is banned. Well, that's an interesting concept, Last Optimist. I mean, that is fair. If the teams are technically all offsides, they deal with that. I like that thought.
Agreed.
The Jet says rushing the football has an 80% success rate. It may only be 1 yard, but it's still moving the ball forward.
Well, but 80. Yes.
Oh, crap. I forgot to do on this date in Big George sports history.
Oh, gosh.
We'll have to do it twice tomorrow.
Well, this is in 1940, it was the first telecast of an American hockey game. And it was the Canadians versus the Rangers.
Wow.
And I have no idea who won.
Do you think
it was 1940.
With that quality of vision, do you think they even saw the puck?
No.
Yeah, there's not a chance.
You couldn't watch hockey on TV until it got HD.
Yeah,
remember when Fox tried that little chaser thing so you could see the puck? That's how hard it was to see on regular TV.
Yeah.
So, no. Not even watchable until HD TV. Sorry about that, George. Kyle G says, the worst part, Randy, the Packers can defend it. They stopped the tush push 3 times in that wild card game. So, yeah, even then, why is he saying this? The rest of you, sorry if I can't read your texts. We got to go. We got an NCAA basketball game coming up next. We'll see you tomorrow. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Get your AIA High School sports news from AZ Preps 365.